Well, welcome to our little web extra here on MidcoSN.com, joined by Chris Tubbs of KWSN Radio, Sioux Falls. And let's get into 11B. We talked on the show about 11AA, 11 AAA, 11A. Let's get into 11B and 9-man. Let's start with 11B. Last night, McCook Central with an underwhelming win over Tri-Valley. They're still one of the undefeateds left in 11B. Can they make some noise from here on out, or is that record a little inflated?
There was a lot of conversation about whether or not the pecking order in 11B, whether Aberdeen Roncalli deserved to be as high as they were.
Them too, yeah.
But when you only went 14-7 in the first round, this is a round where we see a lot of the mismatches where teams are putting up 40 to 50 points. McCook Central Montrose, we say that a win is a win.
Yeah.
But if I'm McCook Central Montrose and I'm the Cougars, I'm a little concerned that I only put 14 up in the first round.
Yeah, and let's look at Bonham, a surprise win over Winter last night, probably the biggest surprise in 11B. And now they have to face St. Thomas More. It's hard to tell which team is going to be better out of those two. Well,
and the Bonham game was really interesting because they actually, in the first half, they were up 14-0, but they held a 185-32 advantage in total offense.
Oh, wow.
So you don't go to Winter and hold the Warriors to 32 yards in the first half. Bonham completely surprised me. And they're well coached. They've got great line play, and they're disciplined. That's the thing. But to me, I think without Winter, no disrespect to Bonham, I think that road for St. Thomas More just got a little bit easier.
Well, yeah, you look at the bottom half of the bracket, and you've got St. Thomas More left. Custer, Groton, Bonham. One of those four teams is going to make it to the Dome. And you think maybe that'll be St. Thomas More?
Yeah, to me, St. Thomas More and the Cavaliers, they've got to be the favorite, at least in the bottom half of the bracket.
And on the top half of the bracket, three of those four teams are unbeaten, and then you've got the defending state champs, Canton, a very strong half of the bracket.
I think Canton is going a little bit unnoticed in that class. And I know West Dvorak, 6 touches, 6 touchdowns last night, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But to me, I see Parkston. Canton is interesting, but I would kind of lean towards a potential Parkston-St. Thomas More matchup in the Dome.
All right, let's talk about 9-man football a little bit. In 9AA, Arlington rolls. Not many upsets on this bracket. Let's just say, who's your favorite in 9AA? There's a lot of good teams. Arlington, we got Duel's been playing well. Gregory, Woonsocket, Wessington Springs gave Wolsey Wessington a great game at the end of the season. Who's your favorite in 9AA?
I still have to go with Gregory and the Gorillas. But the thing about Arlington, a couple weeks ago, they rolled over Dubrook. And we know that the Dolphins, that's a good program.
Well coached.
And to beat Dubrook twice big in a matter of a month, to me, that really put the Cardinals for me. That got my attention. But I still, to me, Gregory and Arlington are interchangeable. Either one of the two, but I say it's a 2-team race right now between the Gorillas and the Cardinals.
All right, let's move to 9A now. Another tough bracket. Howard's still unbeaten. They're only the number 2 seed. Phillip actually has the most power points, and they kind of flexed their muscle on Tuesday night and getting a big win. Is that a team that we need to watch out for, or do you think it's going to be the Howard or the Wolsey Wessington, the teams we've been talking about all year?
I think until somebody figures out how to stop Luke Loudenberg, who last night became the all-time leading rusher and touchdown leader in South Dakota 9-man football, until you figure out a way to stop Luke Loudenberg, I don't know that anybody's going to be able to stop that Howard train. Yeah,
Howard's going to be tough to beat. A lot of good teams in this class. Anybody else that strikes you? Maybe Alcester Hudson still hasn't lost. Warner got the upset victory last night.
Yeah, the Potter County Wolsey Wessington.
Potter County made it all the way last night.
Yeah, and that's going to be an interesting matchup for me in 9A. But I still look at Howard and, barring something happening to again Luke Loudenberg. To me, I think the class, it starts and it ends with him.
All right, in 9B now, only one team is undefeated. That's Hamlin. They got a big win, 56-0 over Coleman Egan last night. They're the number 1 seed, but you've got Canastota with their championship pedigree. You've got even Avon, a number 6 seed, with their pedigree. Anybody else stand out in 9B?
Del Rapids St. Mary's a team that's been kind of curious to me because they've been playing good football the entire year, but I think they've gone a little bit under the radar because maybe they might crack the top 5 or they might be just on the outside.
Now, their only loss to Arlington, by the way. Not a bad loss.
Exactly. So I think you got Del Rapids, St. Mary, and Canastota. That's going to be a really fascinating matchup. Avon and Fulton, Harding County of Faith. I think you've got three semifinal matchups that are going to be very, very good.
Hey, well, the playoffs are definitely covered by this guy in KWSN. Tune in all season long or all postseason long to get you caught up to what you need to know all the way to the Dome. Thanks for watching our little web extra here on midcosn.com, and we'll see you throughout the playoffs.